Sometimes, without even realizing it, we start to undervalue ourselves. We think, if no one praises us, if no one gives us attention, maybe we're just not that worthy. We get lost in the noise of external validation and other people's opinions. So lost that we forget our true worth is not external, it's internal. It lives within us. Stoic philosophy teaches us that real power comes not from controlling the outside world, but from mastering our inner world. And a big part of that mastery is knowing, understanding, and honoring your own self-worth. In today's video, we'll explore 16 powerful signs that may reveal you might be undervaluing yourself without even realizing it. And we'll also learn how practicing Stoicism can help you reclaim your sense of value and confidence. Even if you've forgotten your worth, life hasn't. So make sure to watch this video till the very end, because every point we share might shine a light on a part of you you've been ignoring. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who might need it, because sometimes a few words can truly change a life. Let's begin. Sign number 1. You constantly seek approval from others. We often believe that if no one praises us, if our efforts aren't recognized, maybe we're not good enough. And from that belief, we begin to change ourselves, bit by bit, just to fit into other people's expectations. We live our own life, but through the lens of others' opinions. And in doing so, we lose sight of who we truly are. But Stoicism teaches us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. True self-worth doesn't come from applause. It comes from your principles, your discipline, and your calm, controlled mind. When you make approval your goal, you hand over your power. Your confidence, your clarity, and your choices no longer belong to you. So ask yourself honestly, am I truly living for myself, or am I slowly destroying myself to please others? Sign number 2. You make excuses for those who mistreat you. Someone disrespects you, talks down to you, or hurts you. And you say, they're just having a bad day, or maybe I did something wrong. You find ways to justify their behavior. And in doing so, you slowly begin to believe, maybe this is what I deserve. That's how your self-worth begins to erode, silently, invisibly. But Stoicism reminds us, you deserve to be treated with dignity and respect, not because of who you are to others, but because of who you are to yourself. Marcus Aurelius. If you stay silent, endure, and never set boundaries, you teach others that it's okay to disrespect you. And that's where the real damage begins, not from them, but from within. Respect yourself enough to speak up. Value yourself enough to walk away. Because how you allow others to treat you is a reflection of what you believe you deserve. From this moment on, stop making excuses for poor behavior. You deserve better. Sign number 3. You apologize too much. Saying sorry is respectful, but when you keep apologizing for things that aren't your fault, it's a sign of low self-worth. You didn't hurt anyone. You simply spoke your truth, took a stand, or set a boundary. Still, you say, sorry, just to keep the peace. Stoicism teaches us, before apologizing, ask, am I truly at fault, or am I afraid of being disliked? As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. There's a big difference between being accountable and constantly shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You don't need to apologize for existing. You don't need to apologize for standing in your truth. Sign number 4. You don't celebrate small wins. Every day you make progress. Maybe it's a small act of courage, a step toward healing, or simply surviving a hard moment. But you tell yourself, it's not a big deal. In doing so, you're dismissing your own growth. Stoicism reminds us that lasting change is built one small win at a time. Seneca said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Recognizing your progress isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. Every step, no matter how small, is part of a bigger journey. So start celebrating those quiet victories. Because you're becoming stronger, slowly, steadily, and surely. Sign number 5. You believe you're not enough. This is perhaps the most dangerous sign of all, when you start believing that you're not enough. Not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy of love, success, or happiness. But Stoicism reminds us, your value is intrinsic. You were born enough. Epictetus said, you are not your body or your possessions, but your will, your choices, and your reason. As long as you deny your inner worth, no amount of external validation will make you feel whole. This belief, I'm not enough, is not truth, it's a cage. Now is the time to break free. You are enough. You always were. Now it's time to believe it. Sign number 6. You feel guilty for taking care of yourself. Have you ever tried doing something just for yourself and felt guilty? When you give yourself rest, seek peace, or do something that brings you joy, does a voice inside whisper, is this selfish? That voice, my friend, comes from conditioning. You may have gotten so used to putting everyone else first, that prioritizing your own well-being now feels like a crime. But Stoicism reminds us, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Marcus Aurelius. This doesn't mean being harsh with yourself, it means having discipline in your values. And part of that discipline is self-care. Loving yourself is not selfish. It's responsible. Taking care of your body, your mind, your peace, that's not a luxury. That's your foundation. Stoic philosophy teaches, you cannot give to the world from an empty cup. You cannot be strong for others if you're constantly weak inside. So today, drop the guilt. Replace it with peace, presence, and purpose. Because when you care for yourself, you're not abandoning others. You're simply choosing to show up stronger, clearer, and more balanced. Sign number 7. You downplay your achievements. When someone praises you, do you reply, it was nothing, just got lucky, or others are way better? If yes, then know this, you may not have fully accepted your own growth. Dismissing your success is not humility, it's denial. It's denying the long hours, the struggle, the perseverance that brought you here. Stoicism says, no man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. If you don't own your effort, you can't own your freedom. Self-worth comes from acknowledging the work, not hiding from it. So no, it's not about arrogance. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, yes, I worked for this. Yes, I earned this. Don't dim your light to make others comfortable. No one else can shine for you. Sign number 8. You let fear control your decisions. Fear can be one of our biggest obstacles. We all have thought at some point, what if I fail? What if I embarrass myself in front of others? What if my thoughts are wrong? What will happen then? These questions tend to overwhelm our minds, controlling our decisions. Fear makes us feel small, and it keeps us trapped in a state of inaction. We think too much about what might go wrong, and that stops us from taking the right steps. Stoicism teaches us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Epictetus. Fear is something external, something we have no control over. If you let fear become the controller of your life, you will never walk your true path. Your strength, courage, and control over your decisions, all of these are in your hands. So, ignore the fear and take brave steps forward. Overcome it and you will never fall back. That's what will lead you to progress, and you will never feel small again. Sign number 9. You let others define your worth. How often do we look to others for validation, for approval, or for confirmation that we are worthy? If you allow others' opinions and judgments to define your value, you will find yourself trapped in an endless race of proving your worth. Stoicism teaches us that our value lies within ourselves, not in the external world. As Epictetus said, man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. When you let others define you, you are giving away your power to them. You begin to lose touch with your true self and chase after validation that will never truly satisfy. The Stoics remind us to find strength in our own beliefs, in our own sense of purpose, not in what others think or say. Your worth isn't determined by others. It is defined by your actions, your principles, and your integrity. So, stop seeking validation from the outside. Recognize that your true worth is inside of you. Sign number 10. You fear being alone. Being alone might feel uncomfortable at times. Society often paints solitude as something to avoid, something that equates to loneliness or weakness. But in reality, being alone is an opportunity to grow, to reflect, and to connect with your deeper self. Stoicism believes that solitude is where true self-awareness and strength are born. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." When you are alone, you are in the perfect position to listen to yourself, to learn who you truly are, and to focus on your growth. Solitude is not about being disconnected from the world. It's about reconnecting with the most important person in your life, yourself. So, embrace solitude. In silence, you will hear your true voice, and from that voice, your strength will rise. Sign number 11. You are stuck in past mistakes. It's easy to get trapped in the past, to replay old mistakes and regrets over and over again. You may think that by dwelling on what went wrong, you can fix it. But in reality, staying fixated on past pain robs you of the present moment, where true growth happens. Stoicism teaches us to break free from the chains of the past and focus on what we can control, today. As Seneca put it, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. The past is gone, and the future hasn't happened yet. The only thing that matters is the present moment, the choices you make now, the actions you take today. By focusing on what you can control today, you free yourself from the weight of past regrets. Your power lies in your ability to act in the present, not in rehashing what has already occurred. So let go of the past. Move forward with purpose, and allow the present to be the fertile ground for your growth. Sign number 12. You settle for things you don't deserve. When you stay in relationships, jobs, or situations that do not reflect your true worth, you are damaging your self-confidence. By staying in environments that don't respect your true value, you're telling yourself, "This is all I deserve." But the real truth is, until you recognize your own true value, your self-worth will keep deteriorating. Stoicism teaches us, your worth is not defined by others, but by your own self-awareness. Marcus Aurelius says, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Your honor and value should be determined from within, not from the disregard or lack of recognition from others. So, to preserve your self-worth, stop settling for less than you deserve. You are worthy of greatness, not just half of it. Sign number 13. You avoid conflict, even when it's necessary. We often try to avoid conflict because peace and silence seem like the ultimate goals. But remember, peace will not come unless you face conflict. A righteous conflict is sometimes necessary, as it strengthens our stance and helps us grow. We often avoid conflict out of fear or to avoid pain, but it damages our self-worth in the process. Stoicism teaches us, true peace comes from avoiding comfort zones and confronting adversity. Epictetus says, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." If you don't make your position clear, you will lose your self-respect. So, when necessary, embrace the conflict. It will give you true strength, and you will be able to protect your own honor and value. Sign number 14. You always put others before yourself. We all have this instinct to care for others, help them, and prioritize their needs. It's a noble gesture, but when you constantly put others first while neglecting your own needs, you are signaling that you're not worthy of care. Stoicism teaches us that true balance comes when we understand the importance of both giving and receiving. As Seneca wisely said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This doesn't mean you should stop helping others. It means that to truly help others, you need to be in a position of strength. You must also tend to your own needs, your health, your peace of mind, your goals, so you can show up fully for the world. If you neglect yourself, you're giving away all your energy without replenishing it, and soon you'll have nothing left to give. So, remember this, you can be kind to others, but you must first be kind to yourself. Only when you are whole can you truly help others. Sign number 15. You're afraid to set boundaries. We often avoid setting boundaries because we fear rejection, conflict, or disappointing others. However, when you fail to set boundaries, people will walk over you. They'll take more than you're willing to give. Stoicism reminds us that our time and energy are precious, and it is our responsibility to protect them. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." By not setting boundaries, you are letting others control your life. You are giving away the power to determine your own worth, your own needs, your own time. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They are about defining where your responsibilities end and others begin. So, set boundaries, protect your energy, and keep your peace. Only then will you be able to live a life of meaning and purpose without constantly feeling drained. Sign number 16. You ignore your own needs. How often do we push ourselves to the side, telling ourselves that we don't have time to rest, that our physical or emotional well-being doesn't matter because we're too busy taking care of everything and everyone else? This is dangerous. Ignoring your needs is like driving a car without refueling. It will eventually break down. Stoicism teaches us that to live well, we must honor our own needs, physically, mentally, and emotionally. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Take care to be no longer what you were, and to be what you should be." This means that to give your best to the world, you need to first give to yourself. You need rest, nourishment, time to recharge, and the space to reflect. Ignoring these needs isn't strength. It's a denial of the true potential you hold within. So, take care of your mind, body, and soul. Only by respecting your own needs can you truly be the best version of yourself and give your best to others. Conclusion. If any of these 16 signs resonated with you, remember this: you are not broken, and you are not unworthy. Stoicism teaches us that your true value doesn't come from others' approval, but from the strength you hold within. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Before anyone else tells you you're enough, know that you already are. You always were. Honor your time, your energy, and your inner peace. Take ownership of your life. That's the first step to reclaiming your self-worth. If this video touched your heart even a little, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, where we grow together through the wisdom of Stoicism. You are valuable, now live like it.